I'm Henry VIII, I am. I'm Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was Henry. Henry, she would have a Willie or a Sam. No, Sam. I'm Henry VIII, old man. I'm Henry VIII. I'm season 2, episode 8, I am.
Is that an actual song?
That's an actual song. I remembered it. Well, I forgot about it, but then remembered it. My grandparents used to sing it a long time ago when I was a wee little kid.
I'm Henry VIII, I am.
I mean, to be honest, I did a quick Google of songs with number 8 in it, and then I clicked play on a Henry VIII, and I remember this. But,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, it was a beautiful rendition.
It's basically about a chap that married a woman next door called... I don't know what she's called, but she's a widow, and she only ever married people called Henry.
There you go. Everyone's got their preference. Some like blondes, some like brunettes, some like people called Henry.
And he was, not a Willie or a Sam is one of the lines.
Not a Willie or a Sam. Yeah. I mean, you can't move in Northern Ireland for Willies, to be honest. There's lots of Willies and Billies and Williams.
Willies and Billies.
Willies and Billies and Williams.
Season 2, episode 8.
Hi, everybody.
Grab your tackle. Grab your tackle.
I'm grabbing it hard, Williams. Grabbing it hard.
Grab it hard.
Is yours still a worm or a fly?
It's I don't know what tackle. What type of tackle are there?
Can I have a maggot?
A maggot, fly, worm. What did I used to use as a kid? I can't remember. Probably a maggot.
Probably a maggot. Grab your maggots.
Grab your maggots. Off to the fish pond of feedback. Whee! So like I said, we had a feedback of Please Do Euro Special, so I don't have to listen to it. Future tiredness is bollocks. And that was from the wife and wife.
To the point, I like it, Georgie.
Other exciting news, Mr. Hodgkiss.
Oh, yes.
Other exciting news. So obviously you're the gnome in charge of building the website.
It's coming on very well. I actually did look in this week because it's been almost a year since I registered the domains. They're up for renewal. And I was like, it's never been a year since
Money well spent.
Money well spent. So I registered a few domains, and none of them are currently being used properly. They asked me if I wanted email added, and I was like,
we need a simple splash page or something.
I will get around to it. I genuinely
or a redirect even.
I actually do want to build a website. I think it'd be a good place to go for some people to go and find the episodes and learn more about what we do and actually make proper suggestions and give proper feedback, because nobody uses email these days. So I'd like to do that, but we don't really promote the show either, do we? It's more for our benefit rather than anybody else's.
We don't, but we're out there public to listen to everyone from any country or continent apart from Africa.
I was going to say, no from Africa yet.
Still no listeners from Africa.
No website, no Africa.
But exciting news. Obviously, you can listen to us in many places. But we are now on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
YouTube podcasts. Don't panic. I'm not recording. There's not videos of you with your top off or anything like that.
Good job.
But, we're actually on YouTube podcasts.
And that's because of Google, I'm guessing, cancelling.
And we've had about 3 views.
We've had 3 views on YouTube already.
But so it's not the platform of choice for listeners. It's a platform to watch. But if you want to listen to us on YouTube, you can by searching for First Little Names. So that's exciting.
Do you think if we did a video podcast, like recorded ourselves,
special ones, we could record? Do
you think people would ever be interested in watching us record this?
No, probably not.
Do you think that would? Do you think it would also like ruin the mystery? I remember seeing.
I think if we had a special guest, I think. Celebrity guests, then yes. But I think it might be a bit awkward with the Gno-It-all Gnome. To be honest, I think it's a bit shy.
Well, he can wear a mask or something. It's fine. I remember. I used to listen to Radio 1 a lot. Well, I'm talking like when Chris Moores was still on it, And I'd never seen Chris Moyles, and when I did see him for the first time, it was weird because obviously you paint a picture of what people look like.
Yeah,
in
a lot
head.
of radio presenters. Well, they're saying a face of radio as well, isn't there? But
yeah, and then you see them and you're like, oh, okay, you're not what I expected. I think the same had the same kind of effect with Simon. Scott Mills. It was the same thing. I was like, oh, you don't look like I expected, but yeah. So maybe we just stay behind the microphone and never come in front of the camera.
Faces for podcasts.
We do have faces for podcasts.
No, we don't. We're beautiful.
Someone loves it.
Other exciting news.
More exciting. You've already blown my mind.
You can contact us on firstletgnomes@outlook.com, or you can DM us on Instagram at firstletgnomes. Or if you click in the bottom of the description of the podcast, you can now send us a little text message. So if you want to send us a little text message, you can send us a little text message via the description on the episode.
Well, that's good to know.
So to send whatever message you'd like.
Please, no profanity and rudeness.
No profanity or rudeness. Please. New listeners!
Not in Africa.
People are still listening. None in Africa. But we have new listeners in Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. Woo! Everything's bigger in Texas.
Mould, Flintshire, Wales.
Oh, hello, Wales.
Victorville, California.
Victorville, California. Nice. Victorville.
And Clonelly. Clonelly? Is that you? Clonelly? In Wales? Clonelly?
More people in Wales.
Yeah. So Wales and America.
Growing the Welsh audience.
Welcome.
You are very welcome.
So,
I was going to say, is there a thirsty thirst, but you're already halfway through a beer.
I'm already on the beers, but shall we get stuck into my first look, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it, Wells.
Cool. So my first look is a box of beers.
A box of... Oh, have you signed up to one of these things?
No, I've not. So on my doorstep yesterday, so it was my work anniversary. So it's my 12 year, which is silk apparently.
No way.
Anniversary. 12 years at my current employment, and got a box of beers for my anniversary.
Very good.
Various firsts. I've already cracked on this one, which is a bitter and twisted golden ale, which is a little mouse of a little trident.
That's lovely artwork.
Yeah, it's lovely artwork actually. Crafted in Scotland, zesty, aromatic, and citrus. That's a little firsty first there. So you've got a selection of beers, and I got a little beer mat as well because why not? And on the beer mat, so I've got a little beer mat. On the beer mat, it gives me some beer and food pairings.
Ooh.
So I thought I might test you, Mr. Hodgkiss, to see if you can get a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
So next time we meet up, we should do this. We should go through the different levels of beer and complement it with the appropriate food. What an evening that would be.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. However, I'm guessing none of these foods are really going to be kidney stone safe, are they?
Well, you can let us know. So this is an educational podcast, so we'll go through perfect beer pairings, and you can supplement it with "Is it kidney stone safe?"
Lovely. I hope you're going to put some music overlay some lovely background music over this about quizzes and beer.
Of course, always. So we're starting our evening with a blonde beer or a lager, or a lager. What would you say goes with a blonde beer and or lager?
Wasabi peas.
So please, incorrect. So we would start off with a bucket of KFC. So a blonde beer or a lager goes well with chicken, salads, salmon, seafood, or hot dogs.
No, that was not what I was expecting at all. Like, I assumed they meant traditional pub snacks. Like, my options are basically wasabi peas, dried or soggy peanuts, either or, ashtray fodder, pork scratchings, big D nuts, And
No, we're going full on like proper meals here.
full on proper. Okay, all right, that changes
Right,
things.
so we start our evening. We've got our lager and we've got our bucket of KFC.
Okay, so chicken and what was it? Chicken salads and stuff.
No. So your chicken. This is not a full meal. You get chicken or salads or salmon or seafood or hot dogs.
Okay,
You can combine them all if you want to. I suppose. Why not?
a seafood hot dog. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So
All right.
that's what I recommend to have with your blonde beer or lager.
All right.
But for the kidney stone safe people out there,
Yes, you could. I would be going for the seafood. I love a bit of seafood. Seafood's pretty. It's good. Gallstone safe generally. Not like kippers and mackerels. Not really oily fish, but like salmon, whitefish, trout, all good. Good for your kidney stones as well. Not too. As long as you don't add loads of salt to it. Prawns are a no-no for kidney stones. Too much salt.
Are they?
Too much salt.
There you go.
I mean, you can, if you soak them in water first to try and draw the salt out. Maybe not so bad, and not every so often. But yeah.
Well, there you go. Right, Miss Hodgkiss, get to the bar for the second round. Let's get some IPAs in.
Oh, IPAs.
And what we eating with our IPA?
So if I'm going with an IPA, it's got to be a burger.
No, incorrect. So with an IPA, we're getting in a Vindaloo. So we're getting in a Vindaloo.
No.
So strong, spicy food.
No.
It's a classic with a curry or a mild blue cheese.
Right. No, I've got a problem with that. I have got a problem with that. You do not drink. So IPA.
I would have said lager, but
lager, 100%.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have an IPA, I'm drinking IPA tonight. I am drinking Maggie's Leap Formidable IPA. Listen to other episodes. I talk about Maggie's Leap and Whitewater Brewing Company a lot. It is a fantastic beer.
Have you tried mild blue cheese a bit?
No, because this is such a heavy tasting beer anyway. There is so much rich flavour in an IPA. You do not then want to mix a Vindaloo with it. You need a Vindaloo goes well with an ice cold, something like a Rockshore, like a lighter lager.
Yeah.
Or a Kingfisher. I mean, there's a reason.
I've not tried it. I don't think I've not tried it. So
I'm calling BS on that one. Sorry, beer
right.
man.
Well, we can have a little break. You just had a KFC bucket, so let's.
And it's all subjective, I guess. It's all subjective.
It is. Right, so I'm off to the bar.
Is it your round?
Gonna get a pale ale. So I've got some pale ales. What are we eating with our pale ales?
Oh, pale ale, fish and chips. That'll go with fish and chips.
A Five Guys burger. So a Five Guys burger. So
yes, you know what? Yeah, I was gonna
meat pie, British cheese. Smoky barbecue, but best paired with a burger.
Yeah, no, I could go with that. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Yes, I'm not going to argue with that one too much.
You're happy with that, right?
I wouldn't say I'm happy with it, but I mean, have you seen the price of Five Guys burgers for a start?
Well, that's true.
Can that just be a McDonald's quarter pounder?
Anyways,
get
to the bar, Miss Hodgkiss. Get us a amber or a brown ale, please.
Okay, by this stage I'm starting to get pissed anyway. So again, amber or brown ale. So that's quite heavy as well. So
I've just phoned in our order.
You phoned in our order?
Yeah, it's going to be delivered shortly.
Okay, so we've got a couple of brown amber ales. What am I eating with that?
Ding dong.
You see, ding dong. Seeing that kind of situation.
Oh, lovely, thank you. Two Domino's pizzas have just arrived.
Domino's I wouldn't have gone for Domino's pizzas.
Yeah, pizza.
I'd have gone for
pizza.
Having chips.
Pizza, steak, pork, seafood again, or spicy food for an amber and or a brown ale.
Nah, chicken kebab and chips. Garlic mayo, extra vinegar.
Oh dear. Right, you're a bit piddled, but I'll get one for us. One for the road.
It's my round, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, why not? I think it's my round.
I'll get them.
Yeah, lovely, thank you, mate. Can you get us a stout and or a porter? We do like a porter.
A stout and a porter, we do. We are both Guinness drinkers. We are. Have you tried the new Brewdog Guinness take? Great marketing, terrible beer.
What's good?
I can't even remember. Even though I said it's great marketing.
I think I have.
Oh, flip me.
It's cool.
It's not. Yeah. Anyway, I won't go into it.
Nice.
What are we drinking with that? We are drinking with after a stout. See, now I'd say pizza. Yeah, I want pizza with my Guinness.
Well, no, we just had that. But
Okay, so actually, because Guinness is quite heavy, actually, so maybe just a packet of pork scratchings. We get a meal.
we've just eaten quite a bit. Let's get a bar of Cadbury's chocolate. So it goes chocolate, salty foods, bacon, a bacon sandwich, red meat or charred fish.
All right, no, okay, fair enough. So I reckon we've got Guinness with chocolate or bacon.
Or for you kidney stone sufferers, what would you go for?
None of that is safe food, to be honest.
No,
apart from the seafood, there's not much safe there. The curry,
seafood,
potentially, depending on how oily it is.
Charred fish.
Yeah, charred fish would be good. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
We said we're gonna open a restaurant called Stoned or Stones, where it's all just kidney and gallstone safe food.
That's a niche market.
It is a niche market, but again, Northern Ireland, there's a lot of people stuff with gallstones and kidney stones in this country.
Yeah,
be nice, healthy food made healthy way.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I've been to cooking. I can't be bothered.
Need to find someone to fund this thing. And what do us Brits love better to pair with our beers?
Oh, pie.
As well as a packet of pork scratchings.
We love nuts. We love crisps. Nuts, crisps, scratchings, crunch. Wasabi peas. What else do we like? Chips.
The British love a British pub quiz.
Oh, we do, yes.
We love a pub quiz with a beer. So, also in my little box of beers, I got a little pub quiz. I'm not going to go through all the questions, but I thought I'd select 8 because it's episode 8 of season 2.
Cool.
And test your knowledge. A little pub quiz. Obviously, listeners join in as well.
I will leave a gap before I answer, not because I'm thick and don't know the answer clearly, just to give you all time to answer.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Prize? What are you aiming for? 8 questions. What score do you usually get when you play at home?
8. It depends on the round, Wells. I'll go halfway. I reckon if I get 4 out of 8, I'll be quite happy.
Lovely. Same for more than 4 out of 8. Question number 1. Located in Leicester Square, Britain's biggest candy store is dedicated to which brand of sweets?
I know this one. M&M's.
Correct. Question number 2. Who is the only non-European football manager to win the Premier League?
The only non-European football
manager
to win the Premier League? That is a tricky one.
Really tricky. Non-European football manager.
Non-European football manager.
I'm going to have to push you.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to pass. I'm guessing it's either an American or an Australian. Don't know.
The answer is Manuel Pellegrini. I'm guessing Argentinian, is he? Not sure.
I thought he was Italian. Well, shows what I know.
1 out of 2. Question number 3. Adding what to a croque monsieur sandwich makes it a croque madame?
Mayonnaise.
Incorrect. It's fried egg.
Of course it is.
1 out of 3. Question number 4.
Go on then, question number 4.
Cynophobia, cynophobia, is a fear of what domestic pet?
There aren't that many domestic pets, really, are there? So I'm going to go for the humble bunny rabbit.
Incorrect. It's dog.
No.
1 out of 4. Question number 5. There and Back Again is the alternative title for which children's fantasy novel?
Can you repeat the question?
There and Back Again is the alternative title for which children's fantasy novel? I'm
going to guess Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
Incorrect. The Hobbit.
Oh. That's
1 out of 5.
Children's book, really?
You need to get the next 3 right to get your 4.
Well, I've got a feeling, Williams, I'm going to get a fat 1 out of 8 here. But it's the taking the part that counts.
It does, exactly.
Listeners, if you get more than this, please let us know.
Yes, yeah, please write and let us know what you scored. Question number, what did I say, 6?
Number 6.
Stanley Matthews, Kermit the Frog, Red Rum, and Barbara Windsor have all switched what on?
The Christmas lights in London?
Close. The Blackpool Illuminations.
Oh. I've got a question for you, Williams, based on that one, though.
Yeah.
What's green and smells like Miss Piggy?
I don't know, Craig.
Kermit's finger.
Hey! Oh.
One for the dads. Bit of blue.
One for the dads.
Bit of blue.
Question number 7.
Question number 7.
To try to get some respect back now. Where would you find the Serpent Sea, the Sea of Showers, and the Lake of Hope?
Oh, bloody hell, Williams. I don't know when I'm well thick on this, don't I? Italy.
The Moon.
Oh, for goodness sake, of course it is.
Here we go. Final question.
Italy.
Final question to get 2 out of 8. The Nag's Head pub features in
Only
which...
Fossil Houses.
Yay! Yay! 2 out of 8.
2 out of 8. Halfway to where I wanted to be.
You did win. But there you go. That was my first look. Hope you enjoyed that.
Very enjoyable one. So. Have you got another one lined up?
I do.
Okay, so I have 2. So we can either keep the mood quite light, or we can go to a place of more reality, Williams. And
we should do a we'll do a Shakespeare, shall we? Shakespeare was renowned for what was it called? Where you have the highs,
the peaks and
then
troughs.
you go for the tragedy, and then you go back up to the high again.
Okay,
and then you finish with the tragedy.
We're gonna do some tragedy, I'm afraid.
Oh, really?
And Williams, this is going to be news to you.
Uh-oh.
So but I think on the last episode we talked about the fact that we were talking about the listeners of this podcast, and Williams, you said to me most of our listeners are mums and people in America, and our basic description of this podcast is 2 dads doing silly things. So we often talk about
dads. We do silly things.
We are dads, but we are dads. You know, we are dads who do silly things.
Yeah.
So sometimes dads have to do things and make decisions and stuff that are difficult. So we had a first look this week, and it is genuinely, I'm not even taking the mickey here. This is a bit of a sad subject, but I thought as we're almost a public service. We talk about things that dads do. So we had our first look this week at saying goodbye to a pet.
Oh no!
Yes, we had to say goodbye. We had to say goodbye to our beloved companion, Russell. We had to say goodbye to him. But our beautiful little doggy has been suffering with a thing called myopathy for the last several months, which basically means his little legs have not been working as well. So it means with his spine, in between his discs, he was leaking fluid. So he's been getting less and less stable on his legs. Now, it's not a fun thing to watch him go through because he wasn't that old. He was only 10, coming 10. He hadn't even reached his 10th birthday. But it's quite a common thing. So listeners, our dog Russell was the loveliest little dog you could ever meet. And he was proper cute, proper character. And yes, we got the diagnosis of myopathy last September. And we knew the writing was on the wall then. It was really sad because we're like, well, what can we do for him? And when pug myopathy in particular, it can be treated with an operation if it's caught early enough and they're young enough. But our vet said to us, because of his age, because of the cost involved, and because of the therapy that's needed afterwards, which is like hydrotherapy, they said they wouldn't really want to operate on him. So we're like, okay, so what do we do? And the basic advice was to manage it as best we could. But it did get to the point where, unfortunately, he wasn't able really to move. So he struggled to get out of his bed. He couldn't even walk. We tried to take him outside, and he couldn't really walk on his back legs.
No.
So anyone who's had a pet and anyone who's been through this, I'm sure will understand how horrendous it is to see a pet of yours not very well. But at the same time, he was like, it was very difficult. And I want to talk about it because it's one of those things you've got to do as a dad of the house. You've got to make those kind of big decisions, and you're kind of conflicted. So during the grief process, I've been going through all the stages, like guilt and sadness, obviously, and almost a feeling of betrayal. So I thought it's worth talking about because it's not a nice thing to do. And I was actually glad of the wise old gnome's words on resilience, because we're like, wait, resilience? The know-it-all gnome, because we've got, obviously, it's I have had pets before and been through this, but this is the first pet that I've been responsible for. In the past, my parents have all made the decision. So this is the first one I've had to kind of say, look, I think it's time. So it's not fun because in his head he was still a little puppy. Like we talked about this. We're like,
all dogs are. They never grow up.
They never grow up.
No.
That's why you get so attached, because like with a child, you see them grow and develop and then mature. With a dog, like Russell's still the same as he was when he was 8 years old. He still wants to play, but his little body, like as much as his mind wanted to, his little body couldn't. So we had to make the call. So I spoke to the vet, and we went through it all, and we decided it was the right thing to do. And then we had to make an appointment for him last weekend, take him. And we wanted to be with him and stuff. So it was one of the worst things. Like it's horrible. We had to do it, but it was one of the worst things we've ever had to do. Like it literally broke our hearts. And we stayed with him while it all went through and everything. But then, obviously, as a dad, then we have to tell Brett. We have to tell Scott. So then you've got to. So we and I thought this would be useful because, like, I was like, well, think about this. Like, we got through it. I was like, well, how have we managed to get through it? And I've written down a few things. I was like, friends. Like I've had, there was obviously my work colleagues mostly. I didn't it's not something you kind of go and tell everybody, we've had to do this, because then it just goes down. But we have been very lucky that, with work and things, people understood what we're doing and have been very helpful, and obviously family around. And the vets as well. We're very lucky with having a good vets. So we've had lots of support. And then with Braden, we knew it was coming, so we'd arranged with grandparents for him to go and stay over the night before. That we could kind of do our morning a little bit, or kind of get out. So that when we tell Braden, then we wanted to be kind of
a bit of a breather.
We wanted to let him be upset rather than him thinking, "Oh, flip me," parents upset. And telling the child that Russell's been here longer than Braden. Russell came first, so it was telling him about it was quite difficult. But he got upset, as you expect, but he was a trooper. So it's just it's one of those things. We kind of said to Braden, look, the only reason we're sad is because it was so lovely to have him for so long, be part of this family. And it's incredible how much people love their pets and how much they love their animals. And it's just one of them things you have to do as a family. If you choose to bring a pet into your family, unfortunately, eventually you might
only Russell before the wifey wife.
Well, that's it. He's a proper little dude. And for us, it was a big step getting Russell as well. It was a big kind of family moment. It was one of those, like, I'd always loved pugs. Always loved pugs. All the best character traits were there for everyone to see as well. He was so lovely. I would always say to people, pugs are incredible dogs. All dogs are incredible. And just while you have dogs or cats or fish or bunny rabbits or whatever pet you have, love them and look after them. And if you do, unfortunately, get to the point where it's time to say goodbye,
Everyone does eventually. Yeah.
Everyone does. There are, again, like the Gno-It-all Gnome said, speak to friends, speak to family. Don't be afraid to feel emotional, because it's it's very sad.
Yeah.
But you're only sad because it meant so much. So yeah, bit of a sad one this week.
Gosh. Tone officially lowered.
Well, I thought it was a good subject to talk about.
Yeah, well, it is a proper first look.
It's a proper first look. I've never gone through. Yeah, I've never gone through this before as a dad.
No.
You can probably hear me choking up when I'm talking about it. I'm trying very hard not to, but it's like it's one of them. It's so emotional.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really. You were effectively.
It must be strange doing that, because imagine as when you were a kid, your parents told you about one of the pets.
Yeah.
For the first time.
I remember it. Yeah.
Suddenly, now that's you.
Well, it was. When your parents make the decision, you have no responsibility. When you choose to take your dog to be put to sleep, which is what we did, and you stay with him as you put him to sleep, it's that kind of like we are. You have so much guilt. You have terrible guilt because you're like, well, why are we doing this? But you're doing it for the best.
Yeah, even though you're doing the best thing, it's still going to be.
Yeah, because
you're the one making that decision. Still,
exactly. You can't ask the dog, "How do you feel about this choice?"
No.
There's no kind of like, well, are you ready? It's just we've decided you're ready. We've decided you can't carry on. We're going to do it, but it's done out of kindness, because I think like Russie would have just carried on. Like he was unhappy and he was sore, but because he was instinctively behaving the way that dogs do. Yeah, he like when we're coming from, say we've been at work and we come home, even though we couldn't physically do it, he'd still try his absolute best to drag himself to see you. There was a couple of times that we noticed that we took him out and like he'd go off his legs and he'd pull himself to hide like under a tree or something. Yeah. We're like, that's obviously an instinctive thing. Kind of, I am vulnerable here. I need to get under thing, and we're like, he's stressing out about this. We've got to help him out. So it's a very sad first look, but I'm going to end it in a positive. Like anyone's got pets, you're only sad because how amazing they are. Pets are just the absolute best. They are awesome things to own, awesome blessings to have as part of your family. So here's a big cheers to all of the pets out there.
Yeah, to all the pets.
To Russell.
To Russell. Oh, bless him.
So, what's your next first look, Mr. Williams?
Where on earth do I go from that?
After Shakespeare, bring us back up.
Where on earth do I go from there?
Just to warn you, listeners, before the show, I said to Williams, I've got one that may or may not go down very well, but I thought I wanted to talk about poor Russie. So.
No, it's a good one. Well, actually, no, it's our new segment, so it's tips for dads. Tips for dads. Get your tips out for the dads. Someone wrote in and said, "Don't feel like doing anything? Then don't. Just lie on the floor and the kid or kids will have good fun for a good 30 minutes just climbing away over you."
That's very true.
Tips for dads. Tips for dads. Tips for dads.
So as we're moving house now, we have got fully into the home, and this is the first look at all the home improvement shows. All the home improvement shows. So we are now. If we have a free half an hour, it's which home improvement?
She's watching like Stacey Solomon, where they.
Well, so this is the one I wanted to talk about. Stacey Solomon.
Hey.
That's exactly the one I wanted to talk about. So Stacey Solomon, for those who know, I was never a fan. I was like, she's like, what? Stacey Solomon? She's just like famous for being.
I like Stacey.
And then we started watching Stacey Solomon's Renovation Rescue. And I'm now actually in love with her. Like, she's so nice and she's so hands-on. And it's actually, as someone who's looking for inspiration, it's actually really good because a lot of these renovation shows we're watching are a bit like, oh, come on, there's a load of crap. But the Stacey Solomon Renovation Rescue is one of the good ones. So I'm going to give you some names of some other ones. So if you are looking at homes for inspiration or decoration ideas or different areas, these are the ones that we've watched that I'm actually like, I don't actually mind these ones too much. First one, Stacey Solomon Renovation Rescue. I've actually been quite impressed. It seems genuine. It's a nice show. Love It or List It with Kirsty and Phil. Love that show. Always enjoyed Love It or List It. Well worth a watch on Channel 4OD. Your Home Made Perfect, which is a BBC One. You can access that on Prime, I think it is at the minute, with I can't remember, I'm trying to think of a name. Oh, flipping heck. Irish lady. Something Scanian. Just search for Your Home Made Perfect. It's very good. I mean, it's a bit long and there's a lot of but it's all right. If you fast forward the rubbish bits just to see the finished product, it's pretty good. And then Love Your Garden.
Like people do with our podcast.
Like people do with our podcast. And Love Your Garden, which is a Titchmarsh one about gardens. But we've been watching all of the home improvement shows, and Stacey Solomon, you have impressed me. I like your show. I like how hands-on she is and how much man skill she has.
But it's scary, isn't it, from the stories? Georgie watches all the episodes. I've watched odd bits. But it's scary, the stories, and it's crazy. There's people out there, these cowboy builders that sort of come in, do half the job and do half the job badly, and then just disappear and just leave them with
nothing,
an absolute mess.
And you're talking like tens of thousands of pounds. Yeah. Like it's so poor. Like you can understand why people are so skeptical and cynical about hiring people to do work. Come in and it's like, oh yeah, it's £5,000. Like, is it?
Yeah.
Is it really? It's a bit like there's certain things, isn't there? You want to find a good mechanic who you trust, a good builder who you trust, a good dentist who doesn't rip you off. You just want to
good plumber. You want your plumbing sorted.
Yeah, you need this plumbing. Everyone needs plumbing, Miles.
Yeah.
You need to find a good plumbing. You need to find a good plumber. We have found a good plumber here, actually.
Plumber.
We found a good plumber. We found a good electrician. We found a good mechanic.
Oh, good.
So we're almost there in our kind of suppliers list. But go watch renovation programs. Anyone who's moving house or has a do you remember the song "The Farmer Has a Wife"? The farmer wants a wife. The farmer wants a wife. The farmer wants a wife. Hey, diddly, the farmer wants a wife. The wife wants a child. And it goes through. No, you don't remember that one?
No, I do, but only because you're telling me your trips home with your dad or something.
Oh no, that was a different one. That was it? Okay. So that was She'll Be Coming Round the 90 song. They're singing songs, but then other versions of those songs. So, she's got a lovely bottom set of teeth. She's got a lovely bottom set of teeth. Oh, she's got a lovely bottom. Got a lovely bottom. Got a lovely bottom set of teeth. And then followed by, she's got a lovely country house in Kent. She's got a lovely house in Kent. And so on.
And so on.
The innocence of youth.
I get that.
That's exactly the kind of thing I'm going to get Brian to do. Anyway, so yes, but no, the farmer has a wife. We are currently in the wife wants a kitchen mode. Never mind the wife wants a child. The wife wants a kitchen. Hence why we're watching all of these things for inspiration. So that the good wife can find a kitchen and buy a kitchen and make a kitchen. And she hates every kitchen we've ever had. They have never been right. There's always been a cupboard that's a waste of space, or something that's just, why have they put that there, or what's that cupboard doing? So
this next place, that's going to be your forever home. Then it's
that's exactly it. I've said to her, I said, you can have what you want, but we take our time to pick it. We're not just going out on a Saturday and just that'll do. I'm like, no, I'm not doing all this work and then having you moan about it's not what you want. Like, you want a kitchen? You can have a kitchen, but when you've got the kitchen, make sure it's the kitchen you want, then don't moan about it.
That's what you want for the next 30 years.
Yeah, make sure it's one you like. So yes, so all of the renovation shows, and the wife wants a kitchen.
The wife wants a kitchen. My first look, I suppose, isn't it?
That's us. Well, then we need done, I think.
So, last Bank Holiday Monday, big occasions. Obviously, we've got the Euros coming up, the Olympics coming up. We've got Wimbledon.
Oh, yes.
We've got Wimbledon coming up. But last weekend was the first look at my local town's annual duck race.
Way, quack, quack.
Yeah, so I went to that, organised by my dad and his colleagues at the Rotary Club, and just a local river at Cornwall Gold. It was a very Cornish day. So it's a place where there used to be a sort of a tin mine and a tin mining sort of area, and river. About 1,000 ducks were chucked down a river. You could buy a duck or buy a quack pack of ducks and raise lots of money.
Unbelievable.
And our son, he's like I mentioned before in the podcast, his first word was duck, and he's absolutely fascinated by ducks at the moment. Like any particular thing, if it looks like a duck. So ducks are a big thing in our world at the moment.
Is that why your dad set up this duck race because of Logan?
No.
Just coincidence.
And but actually, we went round there the day before, and he had the box of ducks out, and sort of Logan was how, as 1-year-olds do, they pick up something. So in this case, a duck. They move it from one room to the other room, toddle back to the room, pick up a duck, toddle back to the room. And there's about 1,000 ducks, and he was getting quite frustrated. He's like, he's like stressed and busy doing what he was doing. I don't know what is in his head, but he's moving the duck from one room to another room, and then taking it back again.
He's practicing the race,
trying to achieve whatever he was doing. But he's probably just trying to work out which duck was the winning duck. But so that was a big event in our town. The Red Roof annual duck race.
So, and I've got so many questions.
Oh, really? I didn't know there were so many questions. But
so 1,000 ducks.
Yeah.
Not real ducks.
You have basically buckets of ducks.
No, so explain this.
Each duck has a marker pen number on it.
Are these real live ducks?
No, plastic ducks.
Plastic ducks. You didn't make that very clear.
Rubber ducks. Well, no, what do you think? Everyone would presume a rubber duck, not a live duck.
I assumed you meant an actual mallard, like a proper duck.
1,000
It was when you said Logan was picking them up and moving. I was like, he doesn't mean real ducks, does he? They must be made of something else.
Rubber ducks. Yeah, like you put in your bathtub, the old rubber ducks. So the yellow ones.
1,000 rubber ducks.
Yeah, 1,000 rubber ducks in boxes.
Chucked onto the river.
Mm-hmm.
And is there like a finishing line to collect all
each
these
one? Ducks? Yeah, so there was sorry, I'm just going into the thirsty fridge for another beer. It's a double dragon ale.
Oh, very nice.
So you got ducks with numbers on them.
Okay.
You chuck them over a bridge into the river. At the end, there's some other volunteers that have basically put a makeshift barrier to stop the ducks going out to sea, basically.
Very good.
Because otherwise they have problems with chucking out plastic to sea. But so each one. So it's a very humbling sort of day where you've got, the Rotary Club, the average age is probably 70 odd. Basically, whatever duck got to the end first
won the race. And I'm assuming there was copious amounts of insurance in place for these 70-year-old men wading through the water, picking up ducks.
I don't know if I probably shouldn't have this publicly spoken about.
And the reason was just, we need to raise some money for charity. What can we possibly do? Yeah. We'll do a duck race.
Yeah.
Amazing. Williams, I would say only in Cornwall. It's probably all over the UK. But for our American listeners, this is the kind of crap that local small towns get up to. We're like, what should we do this weekend? You know what? Sounds like a good idea. We'll do a duck race. It sounds like and you know what? I bet it was amazing.
And going back to Logan, obviously, like I said, he's fascinated by ducks.
Yeah.
And his first word was duck. But his little face when he saw all these ducks going down the river.
Imagine.
He was like, no, 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 no. His face was his face is amazing. But,
that's class! What a great first look.
Yeah.
That sounds like a brilliant day.
And for that, I've got a little joke for you.
We haven't had jokes yet today.
No, yeah, watch.
I mean, apart from Kermit's finger one.
A duck walks into a bar.
Ouch.
And asks, ouch. A duck walks into a bar and asks, got any bread? The barman says, no. The duck says, got any bread? The barman says, no. Duck says, got any bread? Barman says, no, we haven't any bread. The duck says, got any bread? Barman says, no, we haven't got any bread. The duck says, got any bread? Barman says, no, are you deaf? We haven't got any bread. And if you ask me again, I'll nail your dang beak to the bar, you irritating dang duck. Duck says, got any nails? Barman says, no. Duck says, got any bread?
Oh dear!
Have
you seen that? You must have seen the song about the little duck says the lemonade stand. The little duck in the lemonade stand.
No.
Okay, so this is another first look. So look for now. Logan will love this, and it'll do your tits in. But look for the little duck and the lemonade stand song. And he waddles away. Well.
Oh, the little duck and the lemonade stand.
Yeah, just go on YouTube where you can find our podcast. Search for it. You'll know it when you see it. It's terrible animation, but Brain loved that song. And I imagine if Logan is obsessed with ducks, he will also like it. I will send it to you after this, and we will add it to this description of the podcast.
Yes.
Very good.
What do you call a duck on drugs?
I don't know. What do you call a duck on drugs?
A quackhead.
A quack. Oh dear.
That was my first look at ducks.
Very good.
Question for the Gno-It-all Gnome.
Oh, you know what? That's
he's about.
He's about. He's very upset. He's been lying over there. Yeah. He's been listening to this podcast being recorded. He's over there.
Yeah.
Say hello. Hello. He's a bit sad because England lost.
He's been watching the football. He's
questioning everything he knows right now. But do you want to come over? Do you want to come over and speak? Do you want to come speak to Dan? Hang on, he's coming. Hang on. Let me give him his chair. Hello.
Hello, Gno-It-all Gnome. Just a quick question. One of the listeners wrote in. He said, "I'm curious as to the shade of your hat and whether you wear trousers in the garden."
Oh, well, that's a very personal question, but I'm an open book, and I'm happy to share that my hat is a lovely shade of burgundy.
Burgundy's a lovely burgundy hat.
Burgundy hat. And as to the question about trousers, it really depends on the weather. Some days I like to be free and let it all hang out. On a nice warm day, above 17 degrees, I will not wear trousers. I cannot be constrained, and you will find me shaking my tail feather down the end of the garden.
Ooh, shake your tail feather.
At the passers-by, whilst they look on in amazement. Under 16 degrees, or 16 degrees and below, you will generally find me, yes, wearing trousers. Yep. Because no matter how wise you are, cold weather, no bottoms, does nothing for you.
A double dragon ale was quite nice, by the way, just to let you know. Sorry. Anyways, thank you, Gno-It-all Gnome.
Goodbye.
That was it. Much appreciated. Have a lovely evening. And
he's not himself today. He's not himself.
That's the end of the podcast, I believe. So email in to firstgnomes@outlook.com. Send us a DM message. Send us a little text. Someone send us a little text, please, on the description. Listen to our podcast on YouTube if that's where you listen to podcasts. I doubt you do. But send us a little voicemail.
It's always nice to hear from people.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're from Africa, let us know.
I do have a friend I have a few friends from South Africa. They live here now, but I could ask them.
Oh, do you? Well, yeah. Well, tell them when they go back on holiday. Download
listen to
in
my
Africa,
podcast.
please.
Just to give us the notification that we've had someone from Africa listen.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to do a piddle.
What?
I'm going to go and do a piddle.
Oh, have a lovely piddle.
Yes, I'm down with the beer. For those who listened 2 episodes ago, I'm talking about an actual piddle.
On that note, thank you, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she's got a lovely bottom set of teeth. She's got a lovely bottom set of teeth. Oh, she's got a lovely bottom. Got a lovely bottom. Got a lovely bottom set of teeth. Oh, she's got a lovely country house in Kent. Oh, she's got a lovely...